Don't care sounding killer said, great, we did it. Now can we please go now and just get to Snakemouth Den and do the thing we came here for already. Maki told where they are going is it and everything until someone yell out his name and turns out it was just Kina wanting to know of, how long is brother going to keep me waiting, and what happened to you? Maki apologized to his sister and told the same thing in the game, so as the sibling were walking off Kabbu said. Miss Killer wasn't it? You got impressive power to stand up to Sir Maki. But before Killer got to say anything HB introduced herself and so did Kabbu then was going to move on but before the three got to go Adel call out to them they both looked that way and HB asked, yes what is it? Adel still wanted to know do the three know what the mission is? But that just makes Killer very mad and asks, are you now calling us dumb? Adel tries to say what no that's not. The robot girl said while she once again is popping out her little blaster, I want to see you dance. Killer was about to shoot but HB stops it by grabbing the robot and pointing Killer up as Adel quickly went inside then a mad Killer yelled at the doctor, hey what's the big ideal? Serious HB said with her arms crossed, it's not the time to be wanted. Kabbu was going to say something and break them up but it just hit him what the doctor just said and after that she said when walking off, let's go. When on the go Kabbu commented just about everything as HB didn't really mind it but more to avoid any fight with the seedling or anything at all to save energy and only use it if needing to. If we do get in a battle then Kabbu was saying about the seedling are all just about the same. Killer more or less wanted to talk about the inside of the enemy, while HB hadn't seen one of those for some time. And in a little bit Kabbu saw a very old bug who he asked was everything alright? When Killer flies up to see where they are going then she came back down and was going to tell what she had seen. But saw that Kabbu was way behind so she yells, hey slowpoke come on we are supposed to be on a mission together. HB looks back as Kabbu apologized but he cannot just ignore an old bug in distress. The guy told his name was Ch2. Then said the same thing needing help to pulling out a weed. Killer just is standing in one place as the doctor didn't really care as long as she didn't have to do any of the work at all but the doctor just had to ask, why here next to one of the most dangerous places like Snakemouth Den? All that Ch2 would say, look are you going to help me or not? Killer said I deal with it, by sitting that dumb weed on fire. Kabbu didn't like the sound of that so step up to the weed then said, there no need for that. Just watch this girls. If I swing my horn near small bushes or rocks. Kabbu cut down the weed HB found it very interesting as unimpressed Killer said, wow very impressive I guess. Happy Kabbu said his thing and Ch2 tries to give them a reward that the team really didn't want but the old bug insisted that they take it so they got 10 berries. Now at the outside entrance of Snakemouth Den what the only boy, Kabbu still said the scary thing as in game. HB was a bit startled by it but unimpressed sounding Killer said, I am a super intelligent AI, machine who can't get scared. Then a somewhat happy doctor just had to say, then how come you need a night light? Kabbu found it a bit funny but don't understand it as a mad Killer only can say while flying off, let's just get in there already. Kabbu is so thinking he will have to help Killer to protect HB. As they just step inside Kabbu tells everyone what he can see. But when moving on the doctor got sneaked attacked by Inichas, using it roll charge. Kabbu help HB back up as Killer was very quickly tries to retaliate back but everything the robot tried isn't doing anything to the Inichas shell. Kabbu came to help by flipping the creature on its back but not for Killer to do a full power attack, as her name suggests, the two bugs was horrified when the happy Killer said, oh boy my first do in this century. The robot looking at them to ask, did I do a good job, or what? Matt HB grab her robot by the wing to give confused Killer a long lecture about not to do in anything alive again. And a little bit later Kabbu just got done with the burial just when the girls came back the doctor said as Killer is pouting, we are sorry what just happened. Kabbu said, okay. But if you don't mind me asking, why did you have to lecture your robot and not reprogram her or something? Oh, HB told why, and lose all that, trust one got with her no thank you. Killer also then said, and I definitely would have you do it. Oh brother looking Kabbu said, well at least you are honest. When they were about to move on as the robot is going back into the doctor's backpack but got stopped by HB saying, "Wait killer." The salty robot asked while not looking, "What do you want? So-called boss of mine." The doctor said, "Well you have been staying in the backpack all day, and I would like if you stay out and see everything with me as well, get to know more about our partner." Killer thinks about it for a moment then say, "Whatever you say boss." They try very hard not to get in any more fights if possible. Also HB never seen a Inichas before, thinking that the armor can be used for something. As Killer not liking Inichas for two reasons: one, she has to rely on Kabbu's help, and two, don't want another long boring lecture again. So they got to the river. Kabbu points out the bridge is out. HB tries to lighten the mood by saying, "Well that's it. Game over. Let's head back." Killer and Kabbu thinks it too soon to give up. Then trying to smile, doctor said, "I was just kidding. You know? Trying to lighten up the mood. Also look behind you over there." The two did so. "I see a button. All Killer needs to do is just fly over there and hit it." Kabbu asks while looking at HB as Killer starts to fly across. "To do that, why can't you fly across?" If anyone could see the doctor eyes is half close as she said, "That's why I made Killer to do everything for me. And besides I got this big backpack." Kabbu asks, "Well I can hold on to it for you." But before HB can say anything, Killer flies back to say, "Hey, team, the button is broken." Kabbu said, "I guess we are flying." He looks at the doctor for a bit when HB said, "Forget it, that's too much effort." That makes Kabbu ask, "And carrying a big backpack isn't?" As Killer got done looking around, she then said, "I've got a better idea." The two bugs ask, "What is it?" Killer yells while shooting, getting the bridge down. The shot hit the rope and it came falling down. HB likes to have a head up as Kabbu thanks the robot. Then as they are walking onward, the doctor stops to look back and thinks, "Who put that up there?"